Hello, everybody. Hi, all the scads of people out there in the middle of a Saturday. I know this may not be the ideal time to do a Facebook Live because everybody's busy on a Saturday. I've been running all over the place this morning already, but since our enrollment on the Gateway program is closing tomorrow night, I really wanted to jump in here quick and just make sure that there are no questions, that anybody has any hangups that you really need to be addressed before you can know whether or not this is something that is something that you want to pursue. So first things first, I'm Alex Strauss. I am the author of The Mindful Walker, best-selling book on Amazon, and I'm the creator of themindfulwalker.com. And those of you who have been here for a while know that that is a place where we help busy people live happier and healthier and more peaceful lives by teaching them mindfulness practices, including the practice of mindful walking. And so that's what we're talking about today, the Gateway program. And I've been talking about this for a week or so, just laying out what the program is going to be about. I will give you, in case you're completely unfamiliar, let me just tell you briefly, this is a 6-week live online course. It includes 6 Monday nights beginning September 25th. We'll be meeting via the Zoom platform, and it will, all of the classes will be recorded, and everybody in the program, of course, will have access to those recordings in both video and audio formats as well. So, but more importantly, what is this all about? What are we going to be talking about? The Gateway program is an effort to kind of take people who are interested in the concept of mindful living and mindful walking and connection with the outdoors, connection with the natural world in a new way, connection with their own inner wisdom, and take them by the hand and walk them through how to integrate this practice practically into their lives. That's really what it's all about, because, you know, I put out this book, The Mindful Walker, last year. And as I mentioned, I'm very proud of the fact that it was a bestseller. A lot of people bought it. A lot of people enjoyed it. I had a lot of nice feedback from it. But I know from my own experience, having read zillions of books on things like mindful living, simplified living, deepening my connection to my inner wisdom, to the wider world. I'm constantly reading, and I'm really interested in these kinds of things. And from my own experience, I have found that sometimes I read a book or say a blog post or a website, or find somebody on the internet, see a video or something, and it's fascinating to me. I think the concept is really brilliant, but I want more, and I want more from the author, from that teacher or that speaker. I would love to just sit down with that person and say, now, what did you mean when you said this? Or how could I actually apply this? Because here's my situation. How does this relate to me? And so when I was thinking about putting together our first program, several of you told me that you liked the idea of an online course and would really like to have access to something like that. And I was about 3/4 of the way toward putting together a self-study program, an online course. And it just occurred to me that what people may need even more than a self-study course is just direct access to me and a support group of other people who are on the same path. People just may need that kind of live, interactive, back and forth feedback and support and help. And I wanted to be able to provide that. I didn't want anybody going through any kind of a self-study course and then getting to a point and going, I don't get this. It doesn't seem to apply to me. So with the Gateway program, I am making sure that that's not going to happen, because I'm going to be there live every week, teaching a class, answering questions, and being really interactive. Everybody who's involved is going to have the opportunity to basically help shape the curriculum, because I'm going to send out an email, ask for feedback on that week's topic, ask for questions and ideas, and then we're going to just get together with our coffee. I have mine right here. because it is a Saturday, and that's what I do on Saturday, is drink a lot of coffee. Our coffee or our tea or whatever. Put your feet up. It'll be a relaxed atmosphere. And we will talk about some of these deeper concepts together. And I'm super excited personally to just be able to have a group around me of people who are also interested in these kinds of topics and are trying to pursue deeper, more mindful lives and deeper connections to the wider world, and really want to be in that situation with other people. So that being said, I'm going to take you briefly through each of the weeks, because I've had a couple of people say, well, what exactly are you going to talk about? And honestly, it is a little bit difficult to be really specific about the curriculum on a topic that is really kind of esoteric like this. But I do have a curriculum, and I'm going to just briefly tell you what the weeks are so that you have an idea of what we're going to be talking about. In the first week, I'm calling it the magic formula, and we're talking about the 3 parts to mindful walking and how they work together synergistically. And those of you who know me, know my stuff, you know what those 3 parts are, and that is the action of walking, the idea of being mindful, doing it in a mindful way, and doing it in an outdoor setting and what that does for you. And so we're going to really dive deep into the science behind these things. And you'll really come away from this being super knowledgeable about why, not just that, I don't want you to just take my word for it that Alex feels happy when she walks, so it'll make me happy too. There's good solid evidence behind this, centuries worth actually, and I really want you to understand and know that from the inside out, so that you're going to feel like, wow, yeah, this is a powerful thing that I want to be a part of, that I want in my life, and because there's really good scientific evidence behind it, and so I really want to share that with you. So you'll come away from that session with an understanding of why it works, and that I hope will be inspiring to you. It was certainly inspiring to me the first time I began to dig into this and really start to understand. So you'll come away from that session very knowledgeable. In week 2, that is Master the Movement. Now in this week, this is the week where we're really going deep into exactly how to walk and how to apply walking to any fitness or health goal that you have. And our goals are all different, and I know that. And this was one of the reasons that I decided to do this live instead of just as an online self-study course, because I really want to help you reach your personal fitness goals, whether that's weight loss, whether that is disease prevention. Maybe your doctor has recommended that you begin to take a daily walk. Maybe it has something to do with your joints, with joint pain or back pain, and you need to be integrating some movement into your life to help prevent that. Maybe you just want to get it in great shape. Maybe it's not a weight loss thing. You just really want to tone up and firm up and strengthen your lower body. And I can show you absolutely how to do that. There are tweaks that we can make to our walking practice. It's really not just about putting one foot in front of the other if you have specific goals, including weight loss. So we'll talk about things like using weights in your walking, when that's appropriate, and if so, how to use weights without injuring your back or injuring other parts of you, and maximizing the benefits. So that's all about the physical aspects of mindful walking. And I feel like you're really going to come away empowered to know exactly how often and how you need to walk to get the most health benefit. In week 3, that's select the setting. Now, I talk about being in the outdoors all the time, and there's a powerful impact that an outdoor setting has on our brain and on our bodies. And you'll know all about that after week 1. It's a wonderful impact that the natural world has on us. However, there are other settings that are appropriate for mindful walking. And we'll talk about whether or not you can actually do this and get benefit on a treadmill, for instance, because it's not necessarily possible to get outside in every environment, especially as the months get colder and the weather gets yuckier. We'll talk about how to deal with that. And if you are walking outside, how some of the equipment that you might need to make your walk as comfortable and fun and effective as possible. And we will touch on doing this in a gym or inside on a treadmill and how to get the most benefit, not just from the walking side of things, but from from your setting as well. How to position yourself and how to make the most of your setting. And so I hope that after that session on week 3, that you're really going to come away excited to find what is for you the very best setting, the most mindfulness inducing and the most inspirational for your walks. So I'm excited to share that with you. And again, this is all about personal feedback, my friends. So really want to help you find what's going to work for you. And that's the whole point of doing a live program. In weeks 4 and 5, that's when we really get into the idea, and I'm calling that practicing presence, part 1 and part 2. And that's when we're going to talk about what this idea of mindfulness. Now listen, this is a loaded topic, and I could do a whole 6-week course just on what mindfulness is and what it means. But we really want to just talk about what it means to be mindful in the context of a walking practice in your life. And not only what mindfulness means, but more importantly, how to apply it, how it applies to our daily lives and to everything we're doing on a day-to-day basis, including our work, our relationships, our exercise, our physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. It's all impacted by how mindful we are able to be and how effective we are at practicing presence. I really feel like whether or not you're really into the idea of walking, these 2 sessions alone are going to be life-changing, frankly, if this is not something that you're already integrating into your life. If you've been intrigued by the idea of meditation, for instance, but you just don't necessarily think it's for you, or maybe you've even tried something like that or some other mindfulness-based practice, and it either didn't work for you or you just weren't able to stick with it because of other things in your life, because we're all busy and we've got stuff going on. These 2 weeks, we're going to really dig down and talk about how we can practice presence and experience mindfulness anywhere, anytime, all the time, and why it matters. I think you're going to come away from this session really amazed at what this could potentially mean for so many aspects of your life. It's very, very powerful. And then in our 6th week together, that I'm just calling being intentional. And this is really where we're going to put it all together, and we're going to talk specifically about how to integrate these things into your life. We're going to look at your schedule. We're going to look at your life with all of its complexities and all the things that are on your calendar and say, look, how do we make this intentional for you? How do we figure out how to get this into your life on a fairly regular basis so that you can experience all of the benefits physically, mentally, spiritually, so that you're going to get the most impact from your walking practice and also from the Gateway program. That is my intention. So my hope is that you're going to come away from that 6th week totally motivated to get started and to start implementing these different things in your life. And of course, one of the most beneficial parts of this or any group program like this is the group itself, right? The whole point is that we're there together live. Hey, Diana, thank you for being here. The whole point is that we're there together live. We're there to support each other. We're there to help. And I'm a guide, But as I've said to you guys many times, I'm a learner as well. I'm a seeker, and I'm constantly looking and trying to learn and trying to grow in these areas. And I'm excited to have other people on that path with me. So my intention is that we're all going to be on this path together, and we're all going to be helping each other out and supporting, and I'm just there to help be your guide. So that is week 6. So if you want a practice, want a program that you're going to come away from knowledgeable, empowered, motivated, amazed, excited, and have the confidence to actually work into your life, I hope that you will consider joining us for the Gateway program. A couple of bonuses I want you to know about if you join the program. That is, you will get a copy of my book, The Mindful Walker, a digital copy of that book. So that, I think, is, if there were a textbook for this course, that would be it. It is the perfect introduction and a perfect overview, and it's a light read and an easy read. No heavy reading for you this fall. I think that you'll really enjoy it. And then I've just added a second bonus because I started thinking, what can I do after this is over? You know, after we've finished our 6 weeks, how can I make sure that everybody who is a part of this continues to feel supported, and more importantly, gets going, you know, gets started and feels like they have all the tools and the support they need to integrate a mindful walking practice into their lives on a regular basis and stick with it. I mean, frankly, my hope is that this is going to be a life changer for you and a lifetime practice. That's what it is for me, and that's what it can be for you. You can walk well into your 90s as long as you're ambulatory, and if you start walking now, you are more likely to stay that way, right? You can walk and you can enjoy the benefits of being mindful in the outdoors and all of the wonderful things that go with that. So all of that to say that the second bonus is that everybody who joins the program is going to get 2 months in my brand new live membership program that I'm calling The Path. Now, this is like brand spanking new, not even rolled out yet, but I'm super excited about it because it's going to include audio programs, walking meditations, guest interviews, weekly content that will help you get on and stay on this path. And so everybody who is a part of this program will be able to be in that for another 8 weeks and really get the benefit of having some additional resources at your fingertips, and have the benefit of actually being on the ground floor and helping me formulate that membership site, because I'm going to be taking feedback and asking people, hey, what do you need? You know, what do you want? What do you need in here that is going to most support you? So look, I know, you know, that it can be scary to invest in something that is unknown. This is brand new. You can't do an internet search and find a bunch of reviews of the Gateway program because it's brand new. So I have tried to just remove all of the risk for you by, number one, pricing it super low. I'm sure I don't need to tell you that if you were to hire a coach or get any kind of like live one-on-one counseling or coaching in this area, you'd pay like $150 or $200 an hour. This is $147 for the whole 6 weeks for all 6 live sessions. So, and I actually slashed the price in half, because I had some people say, I don't know if I can justify this expense right now at this time of year, a lot on my plate and a lot coming up, and I totally get that. So I've made it really super cheap. And for those of you who needed more, I've instituted a payment plan as well. So actually you can join for just $49. And I hope that that will make it accessible to as many people as possible. In addition, come to the first session, which is on September 25th, or just watch the recording. And then, you know, if you think it's not for you or you're not really going to get the kind of value that you wanted to out of it, you can simply cancel. Then I'll refund you anytime before our second session on October 1st. So I've tried to make it so that it's kind of a no-brainer. Like if you want to try it, just go to the page, enroll, try it out. You don't like it for whatever reason, or you think you're not going to have time, or it's just not going to work for you, just shoot me an email. I will refund you. No hard feelings, no big deal. And you can go on your way. So if there are any questions, let me look here and see if anything that you need to know, Diana, or anyone else who is on here, any questions that you have, I'd be happy to answer. And of course, as I've said in the emails I've sent you guys, you can also reply to any email from me and simply ask your question. And I can hop in here again at any time or answer you directly via email. I just want everybody to have their questions answered because, again, it's a new thing, and I get that. And it's not an easy thing to explain, not necessarily an easy thing to understand. So I want to make sure that everybody knows exactly what they're getting into. And And if you don't feel like that's fully explained, then what the heck, just join, put it on a credit card, come to the first session, and I can refund you before the charge even comes out, right? So I'm trying to make this really easy because I'm excited to put together a group of people who want to be on this path with me. I hope that that's you. Let me know if you have anything else that you need to know. I appreciate your stopping by or watching this replay here on a Saturday, because I know everybody's busy running around, and I'm getting ready to go run around and do some cleaning over at my mother's house today. So I don't want to be late for my mom, so I'm going to get on the road. Let me know if there's anything else you need, and I hope to see you in a week and a half in the program, in the Gateway program. The link is on this post. You can also scroll to the top of my Facebook page and simply click the sign up button, and that will take you directly to the information all about the Gateway program. Hope to see you then. Bye, guys.